Again, good afternoon, everybody. This is Rayfus Jones. And again, like Dante said, I am the first person that he signed up for Care Bars. And I'm definitely appreciative of that opportunity. One thing that I want to talk to everybody today about is we always get questions when you tell people about Care Bars. Now, with the 900,000 people that are in Care Bars right now, people seem to always feel like they have a question that no one has already asked. One of the questions that a lot of people ask me is, so you want me to invest in gold? Well, we don't invest in gold. We save gold. And there's a big difference. For example, investing, you have to beware of the pitfalls. Back in the day, Atari had a game called Pitfall, and it basically involved jumping over dangerous animals, swinging over vines and pits. And if you didn't make the jump right, you fell into the pit, hence the title Pitfall. The game was deceptively simple, and too often a player would quit in frustration, having fallen into the same pit over and over again. So let's look at some different types of investments. Some people are familiar with what are called ETFs, which are exchange traded funds. It's a security that's traded like a stock. ETFs for gold and silver can be very good vehicles for trading, but they can also be a major pitfall for investing. Many experts in precious metals have come to distrust ETFs and view them with great suspicion. Some even feel that they are yet another tool for manipulating the price of gold and silver. Shares in an ETF are not gold or silver, which is allocated to and wholly owned by a single entity, which is you. Okay, then you have pools and certificates. Gold and silver pool accounts, certificate programs really should be called IOUs for gold and silver someday accounts. Um, so why would anybody want to invest in one of these accounts? Well, first, it's cheap, it's easy. Second, customers think they're building, or excuse me, they think they're buying gold or silver, but they are really buying a promise to deliver gold or silver someday. Okay, then you have futures and options. Futures are contracts to deliver a specific commodity in an agreed quantity at an agreed price on an agreed date in the future. So a futures contract is really nothing but an IOU. So that's why we really don't invest in gold. We choose to save gold. Now, one of the main reasons for holding precious metals is that they are one of the few financial assets that you can hold outside of the financial system. If you employ leverage, leverage can dramatically increase your wealth. If you save in gold bullion and the price of gold rises just 1% to 5%, you're in profit. I'll give you an example. From January 2019 to December 2019, gold increased 19%. The Constitution says that only gold and silver can be money in the United States, yet they outlawed money and stuck us with currency. Another question people might ask is, well, is this a pyramid? Okay, so pyramid schemes are illegal and by their very nature impoverish almost 9 people for every 1 person they enrich. Care Bars, however, is a licensed e-commerce company like Amazon and eBay. So before you start saving in gold, it will be a lot easier and more productive and far less stressful if you first decide what your ultimate goals are and then figure out the best way to get there. It's not enough to say, my goal is to make a lot of money. If you jump into a well-defined goal and plan to get there, you're asking for a lot of anxiety and grief. Your goal should be your dream and your why, as Mr. Best, as you heard Mr. Best say. Now, because the past repeats itself, let's look at the past and we can see into the future. March 11th, 2008, the Fed swooped in with an unprecedented $200 billion bailout for the financial industry. As you probably guessed by now, the Fed doesn't have the money on hand for this. So where will it come from? Thin air. Just like that, 200 billion more dollars were added to an economy where the dollar was becoming a laughing stock. This has, of course, caused even more inflationary pressure on the dollar. And it's just one more example of the Fed passing the cost of big business mistakes onto you and me in their form of their favorite hidden tax, inflation. Let's fast forward to today. The Feds again dumped $1.7 trillion into the economy. So looking at the past, what do you think is about to happen. So what should you do? You need a plan. If you study, the more you are absolutely convinced that there is no better place to be for this portion of the cycle than in saving precious metals like 24 karat gold bullion. Saving, not investing, in gold is the safest and smartest way to build wealth. Successful future can hinge on not only the quality of your plan, but also the continual refinement and execution of it. A plan should have a goal, a strategy, the big picture of how you're going to get from A to B, and a tactic, the specific methods to be employed to implement the strategy. If your goal is to build wealth, what is your strategy? What would be your tactics? Well, in Wealth Builders Worldwide, we have a map, a massive action plan based on saving physical gold and then sharing information with others on how to build wealth by saving gold. Our tactic is to achieve leverage. Leverage by starting a home-based business that will prosper in the economic environment we are in today and the future. We continue to educate ourselves and to be vigilant. So what's your plan? Are you saving to build wealth now or for retirement? Are you looking for safety and potential growth, or do you need income? Karatbars International is the solution for all these questions. All roads lead to Karatbars. Saving, not investing in physical gold, is by far the safest and least amount of work in precious metal sectors and offers the potential for enormous gains. Physical gold is an incredibly safe no-brainer. Stocks and mutual funds, well, they introduce risk, whereas gold cannot go bankrupt. Trading stocks, however, can be a dangerous game. Well, an essential part of your plan should also be a good team. Wealth Builders Worldwide not only has a good team, we have a great team. When you join Karatbars International, you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You become part of a team of billionaires, millionaires, and networking professionals who only want you to succeed. There are a number of reasons physically owning gold is the ultimate way to save your hard-earned paper currency and build wealth. One, for 5,000 years, precious metals, gold and silver, have been the only asset that have never failed. They are tangible assets of inherent value, and their purchasing power will never fall to zero. They are financial assets that can be completely private and not part of the financial system. Three, they are one of the few financial assets that are not simultaneously someone else's liability. Gold will never fail. Four, gold is wholly owned. Five, gold is a safe haven that rises during economic upheaval, financial crisis, war, terrorism, and natural disasters. Six, gold has a proven track record of performing well in inflation or deflation. Seven, gold has a high value density. What that means is, unlike copper and oil, a very small amount of gold provides significant purchasing power. Eight, gold has a low bid asking spread. Nine, every ounce has the same value. And number 10, physical gold is money. Karatbars has a 9-year track record and is the #1 company providing 24 karat 999.9 gold bullion and small transaction friendly amounts. With Karatbars, anyone can start saving gold. Further, when acquiring gold online, you have to make sure that the final price you are quoted includes shipping, handling, and any other fees. And you also have to make sure that it's fully insured all the way till delivery. Well, with Karatbars, your gold is delivered by Federal Express and is insured until it's delivered to you and signed for by you. Other reasons to own physical gold is that it's private, it's an emergency currency, and it's portable wealth. Remember this, if a situation arises, you can always sell your gold. There's plenty of places that say, we buy gold. Or you can go to a bullion dealer and use your gold as collateral for a loan. At that point, you become your own bank. So another question people ask is, well, what do I do with the gold? Where do I keep it? Well, glad you asked. People have a tendency to say, use a safety deposit box. Well, many people refer to a safe deposit box as a safety deposit box. This is incorrect. It is a box that you can deposit things into, which resides in the safe at your bank. In other words, a safe deposit box. Now let's look at this. When the terrorist attacks happened in September 11, 2001, gold rose 9%. But if it was in a bank, you couldn't get to it. During that week, the stock markets were closed, the banks were closed, and ATMs ran out of cash. However, the precious metal dealers were open for business, and you could walk in with your gold or silver and walk out with $100 bills. Precious metal dealers were the banks that week, but only for those who could get to their gold. Hence why you want to have physical gold in your possession. Everyone should have gold in his or her own possession where you can lay your hands on it, because it is one of the few financial assets that can be completely private and not part of the financial system. One of the best things to love most about owning physical gold is you are keeping your money private. Now, there's enormous wealth transfer happening right now, and it's going to get bigger. So you should start acquiring gold every month. Whether wealth is transferred toward you or away from you is entirely up to you. It's your decision. The economy is going to become very bad for most people, but it can become very good for you. The paradox is that as more people woke up to the fact that currency silently steals wealth from them, they began rushing to money. Massive amounts of wealth are transferred from the latecomers to those who acquired their gold and precious metals early on. A wealth transfer of this magnitude could be a road to serfdom for the masses. So, get as much gold as possible. More than any other time in human history, you can increase your standard of living exponentially during this upheaval without exposing yourself to great risk. Gold is always and at all times a safe haven and protection against economic upheaval. It is the best performing savings and wealth building tool of the day, achieving truly massive gains in absolute purchasing power. This time, however, the coming wealth transfer is set against the backdrop of global imbalances that dwarfs any that have come before. Coupled with that fact, for the first time, all the world's currencies are fiat, and they are all exhibiting signs of weakness, causing stress cracks in the global financial economy. Is incredibly rare at this moment in time. This is not just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It is a once-in-a-human existence opportunity and will never come again. The coming wealth transfer will be the likes of which the world has never seen. If after this presentation you don't take action, you will regret it for the rest of your life. There is no possible scenario in which gold does not rise. Knowledge is power, family. You are now armed with this knowledge. While 99% of the population remains in that comfortable bliss that is the lack of knowledge provides, they will just go about their daily lives. This knowledge empowers you. You are now well in front of the herd. When the roller coaster reaches the bottom, the public will have become desperate for gold, and in their panic, they will rush to buy. All the economic crises, market crashes, and upheavals since the year 2000 are just symptoms of an aging global monetary system that is about to implode. When a wealth transfer as this is perpetrated by central banks, governments, and the financial sectors to enrich themselves, it is nothing but legalized theft. When private individuals take action to protect themselves from this theft by saving in gold, it is not only moral but admirable. And the honest gold savers will be rewarded with gains that will overshadow those of the thieves. So, family, protect yourself, protect your financial future. Always do your best to protect it. And with that, I'll have a blessed day.
Good afternoon. I'm Trenna James, and I'm one half of the James gang, and
Bob James.
And we're really in a time of serious economic crisis, and crisis in general. When you turn on social media, you turn on the news, every media source is talking about either our health crisis or an economic crisis. And as a result of that, you're hearing the changes in the world, not just here in the United States, but all across our world. And in a world full of panic, in a world that seems to be we've even seen personal financial loss, job loss, and thousands of dollars impacted in our 401ks. But even in all of that, we've been introduced just prior to this to a money system, and even more importantly, a family called care buyers. It's been a system that has taught us how to create wealth by simply exchanging what we know to be something that declines, paper currency, and converting that into physical gold, which is a tier 1 asset. This is the same system that taught us that gold is real money. But these are things that weren't taught to us in the school system. These are values that weren't shared with us. So I had to get to be age to know that gold is real money. This is the same system that taught us the impact of leveraging precious metals, gold, to protect our own financial wealth and the wealth of our communities. This system has afforded us the opportunity to be exposed to a system that isn't up for debate because it's been in business for 10 years. It's a debt-free system, and it afforded us an opportunity to dream and make our dreams a reality. Did you know that gold and silver were really defined as money? Did you also know that there are laws that are in place that in the event of economic crisis, your money can be confiscated, your 401k can be confiscated, the money that you have in the bank can be confiscated in the time of economic crisis? I didn't know. Did you know? So we offer you care bars. It's a diversified team of networking professionals that are leveraging their diverse talents to enhance our knowledge. Almost 1 million people are a part of this system. So I say that 1 million people can't be wrong. 1 million people. It's not just the people that you see on this stream. It's not just, oh, that's just Bob, that's just Trenna. Oh, that's just Tay, that's just Trish, Tamika, Rayfus. It's not just us. We have the receipts. MasterCard is our partner, our merchant partner. FedEx is our delivery partner. So when you see us come to you and we say, we offer you carrot bars, it's not on the strength of just us. It's on the strength of all the people and all of the multi-million-dollar corporations that also come behind that. We request and we offer you this carrot bar so that you can take a look at it and understand that it's not an effort for us to take your money, because we don't want your money. We want you to want your money. We want you to understand that this offers you a better avenue to protect you and your family's wealth.
Say that.
We want you to be a part of the 1% of the 7 billion people in the world that are taking advantage of and leveraging this system, and do something that the other 99% aren't. We offer you an opportunity to restore dreams. And see, I don't know about you because I can only speak for myself. Sometimes when we get wrapped up in this society, we get wrapped up in work, we get wrapped up in the I call it rigmarole of just life. We forget the opportunity to dream. And I'm not just talking about financial dreams. Of course, dreams do start with yourself and with your family and how you can impact and change, be the Joseph and Josephine in your family. But I'm talking about the things that you can do when you have wealth. The communities that you can change when you have wealth. The people that can be that are homeless, that can be given food and other resources when you have wealth. It's not just about the money, I want to drive in this Bentley, or I want to drive in this Maybach, I want to drive in this. It's not about all of that. It's about being able to protect your family and your family's wealth. Because the most important income and the most important monetary system to protect is the one in your own house. So we're offering you a system that gives you an opportunity to leverage and to exchange what we know to decline, which is paper dollars, into something that is eternal, that was built in the ground, which is gold. And with that, anything else to say, honey?
I totally agree.
And this business has been great. It's a great opportunity to work from home, especially in these times. And I'm thankful that my daughter's wife, that they get to work from home. Unfortunately, I don't have that opportunity because my company basically says, you need to come to work. So I don't get a chance to stay at home. But I am so thankful for this business that my family can work from home and can stay safe. So it is a great business model for working from home. It is a great business. And for everybody out there, this is a great opportunity for your family to build wealth. This is not a joke. This is no game. We are for real. This business is for real. So just please listen, take a look. That's all we ask. Just look. Now, if you see something there that you think can you work with, hey, get in contact with one of us, whoever it is that introduced you to this. But please, just look. That's all we ask. Just take a look and listen. And with that, thank you.
Au.
Au.